Hello yogis, we'll begin class today in Recline Butterfly. Bring the soles of your feet together. Allow your knees to fall toward the earth. Perhaps close your eyes here. And begin to slow your breath down. And perhaps you'd like to set an intention for your practice today. Maybe you'd like to dedicate your practice to yourself or to someone in need. Or just to a characteristic you want more of in your life, such as love, happiness, or peace. And just hold on to this intention as we flow with our breath today. Inhale, slowly bring your knees toward one another. And then bring your feet hip-width distance apart. Hug your right knee in toward your chest and interlace your fingers in front of your right shin. Flex all the way through your right foot. You can stay right here. Begin to straighten your right leg and interlace your fingers behind your right hamstrings. If your leg is straight, make sure that you're still flexing the ankle. You can keep that left knee bent or extend your left leg straight if that feels good for your body. Just a few more breaths here. Bend your left knee once more, placing your left foot on the earth, and then lower your right leg down. Pause for a moment here. Notice your right and left side. And then hug your left knee in towards your chest. Interlace your fingers in front of your left knee. Soften through the upper body here. And then begin to straighten your left leg. Interlace your fingers behind your hamstring. And again, your options are to stay right here or straighten your right leg, keeping your right foot flexed. Just a few more breaths wherever you're at. We're just warming up the body. Slowly bend your right knee, place your right foot back on the earth. And then lower your left leg down. Pause again for a moment. Notice each side of the body. And plant your palms on the earth outside your hips. We'll take a few rolling bridges here. Keep the back of your head planted firmly on the earth. As you inhale, lift your hips up. And begin to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, lift your hips up toward the sky. Exhale, lower down. One more like this. Inhale, lift the hips up. Exhale, lower down. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Bring your arms out to a cactus or a T. Take an inhale. Exhale, drop your knees over to the right and gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, bring your knees back to center. Exhale, drop your knees over to the left and gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, happy baby. Grab the inside or the outside of your feet. Bend your knees. And bring your knees down toward the earth. Take a few deep breaths here. Notice the rate of your breath. Notice if your mind has started to wander. And then just bring yourself gently back to the present moment. Slowly hug your knees back in towards your chest, and we'll rock up to a seated position. Good. Bring your hands to your knees. Take an inhale here and arch your back for seated cat-cow. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, round your spine, one vertebrae at a time. Your head is the last thing to drop. Inhale, arch and gaze forward. If the hands want to naturally slide on the thighs, just allow them to do so. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, twist, gaze over your right shoulder. Bring your left hand to your right knee. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist, gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, come into tabletop position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees here. We'll come into our cat-cow once more. Inhale, arch your back, gaze forward, broaden through your collarbones. And exhale, tuck your tailbone, round your spine, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, arch, gaze forward. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round, and come into extended child's pose, knees wide, big toes touching. Allow your forehead to rest on the earth. Inhale, bring your gaze forward. Exhale, crawl your fingertips over to your right, and then allow your forehead to rest back toward the earth. You should feel a nice stretch through the left side of your body here. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, crawl your hands over to the left. Drop your forehead back to the earth. Notice any sensation you're feeling in the right side of your body. Inhale, come back to center. Take an exhale breath. Inhale, return to tabletop. Exhale here. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, thread the needle, bring your right ear to the earth. You can keep your left elbow bent, or you can straighten your left arm if that's part of your practice and feels good and appropriate for your body today. Inhale, slowly unwind. Exhale. We'll switch sides. Inhale, sweep your left arm up. Exhale, thread the needle, bring your left ear to the earth. Keep your right elbow bent. Or if you'd like, you can straighten your right arm if that feels good. Inhale, slowly unwind. Exhale. Scoot your hands 6 inches to a foot in front of you. Tuck your toes. Take an inhale. Exhale, send your hips up and back for downward facing dog. You can pedal out your feet for this first one if you'd like. Bending one knee and then the other. Just walking out your dog. Maybe inhale, lift onto your toes. And exhale, lower your heels down. One more inhale breath. Exhale, extended child's pose. Inhale, come back to tabletop, tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, lift your right leg. Bend your knee and open your hip. Exhale, lizard pose. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Lower your left knee down to the earth. And sit up nice and tall here, broadening through your collarbones. Option to stay here, or you can lower down onto your elbows or to your blocks if you have blocks. If you're on the elbows, slowly make your way back up. And we'll come into Pigeon Pose. So you're going to bring your right heel over to the left side of your mat. And then bring that right heel toward the front of your left hip. Ensure that your left leg is straight back behind you. Sit up nice and tall. Take several breaths here, opening through your heart. opening through your chest. And then exhale, slowly lower to your elbows. Maybe bring your forehead to the block, if you have it, or the floor. Or you can stay right here. Take whatever option feels most appropriate for your body today. Inhale, gently look forward. Exhale, crawl your fingertips back, tuck your left toes, and step back to your downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift your left leg, bend your knee and open your hip. Exhale, lizard pose. Plant your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Lower your right knee down to the earth. And again, broaden through your collarbones here. You can stay right here, begin to lower onto your elbows. If you're on the elbows, slowly press your way back up. And then we'll make our way into Pigeon Pose. So bring that left heel over so that it's right in front of the right hip. Your right leg is straight back behind you. Sit up nice and tall, opening through the heart center. Coming back to your intention that you set for your practice. One more deep inhale. Exhale, begin to fold forward. Come onto your elbows. Maybe bring your forehead to the floor. Again, just taking the variation that's most appropriate for your body in this moment. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, slowly crawl your fingertips back, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees and step to a ragdoll at the center of your mat, feet hip-width distance apart. Grab your elbows, allow your head to hang. And then bend your knees and slowly come down to a seated position. Extend your legs out in front of you. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, fold forward, reaching for your toes or your shins. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release. We'll roll all the way down onto our backs. And then we'll come back to that pose that we started with the soles of the feet together for a reclined butterfly. One hand to your hearts, one hand to your belly. Tune into your body. Notice how your body feels now compared to when we began our practice. And then gently bring your knees in toward one another. Bring your feet as wide as your mat and allow your knees to fall in toward one another. You can switch your hands. And as you're ready, make your way into your final relaxation pose, Shavasana, straightening your legs. Turn your palms up. Close the eyes. Allow your breath to just return to its natural rhythm. And this is where I'll leave you today. I encourage you to stay here another 5 to 10 minutes if you have the time. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.